another episode of The Solution. My name is Yemisi, and today we have a social psychologist, a journalist, and author of so many books, including politics and other areas. His name is Dr.LawMefor.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me.
So they were going to be talking about governance since democracy in 1999.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of administrations come in and go out, and we've had the Olusegun Obasanjo administration, President Yar'Adua, President Jonathan, and now we're in the Buhari administration. Firstly, let's talk about democracy. How has democracy affected Nigeria, positively or negatively?
Well, first I must tell you that democracy is work in progress. Anywhere, not just in Nigeria alone. We have come to embrace democracy, however flawed. Since the return of the country to the current democratic dispensation, we have been trying to grapple with the challenges of democracy, especially as it has to do with election, sanctity of elections, ballot box, counting, getting our votes to count, eternal party democracy, and all manner of gerrymandering that take place within the polity. As elections come and go, you wonder whether or not we have actually gained anything. I think we have gained something. If not anything, Nigerians are becoming more and more enlightened. And what that means is that the usual political talks and promises of politicians to build bridges even where there are no waters, such talks are no longer making much sense to the Nigerian electorate. It's not as if it has completely disappeared. Deception is still there. But Nigerians are no longer fooled as such. They believe that democracy has not really been able to deliver the dividends, and rightly so. So if you want my overall assessment of our journey so far into democratic governance, 20 to 21 years down the line, I think that Nigerians haven't actually gotten the big deal out of it. The essence of the government, right from the foundation of the world, is to make life more meaningful, happiness more abundant, security of life and property. These are some of the fundamental reasons why government exists at all. And that is why I think it was John Locke who said that where a government fails in delivering these fundamentals, that the people reserve the right to overthrow such government through whichever legitimate means. Overthrowing a government doesn't have to be always by military coup d'etat. No, it doesn't have to be. That is no longer fashionable, if you ask me. But the people can wield their voters' cards and bring in those who they want and throw those who they don't want.
Now, do you think voters can actually really work into this Nigerian election?
Well, it has started working a bit, but not as much as we would want it to work. I think that a number of people have gotten elected based on their merit. In other words, we have a number of people in power who are there based on the will of the people. But you have a greater majority of the people who found their ways around the system, beating the process, using money, talks, ballot boxes, snatching, killing and maiming, writing results for themselves, even getting INEC officials on gunpoint to declare them as winners. All these nefarious activities that occur in the polity, that occur in democracy, they are still very rife, alive and well. But incrementally, we have continued to gain some traction. For example, there is a push now to amend the Electoral Act to bring in electronic component to enable votes to be, yes, no, done electronically. I wouldn't say online. So to be done electronically. What that means is the smart card reader, should be able to automatically transmit the result to the central server. In other words, if we allow that, we'll be able to eliminate what happens between the polling booth and the collection center. And that's exactly where the rigging takes place. If you allow the votes to count at the polling booths and leave such votes as counted sacrosanct, it will reflect the wishes of the people. But once you allow the alterations that take place between the polling booth and the collection center, the will of the people will continue to be thwarted. That's where the problem is. So I think we are moving towards there. And in the last presidential election that took place in 2019, which returned President Muhammad Buhari for the second term, the National Assembly passed the electronic voting process into a bill for the president to assent to make it an act. Buhari refused. He said that the time was too short. But even by the time he started complaining of the time being too short, he had received the same bill at least twice, and he rejected them for one reason or the other. I believe the president was afraid of allowing the people to determine his fate. And he wanted to be on top of it. And as far as I am concerned, the election of 2019 is as flawed as many others before it. What that means is that you and I cannot swear that Buhari won that election. That's the truth. We can't swear. I'm not saying he didn't win, but I'm saying that the process is flawed. I won't say the process is flawed. The outcome cannot be sacrosanct. It's not possible. And as long as the outcome is not sacrosanct, anything could have happened along the line. You get the point?
Yes,
so
let's now talk about the process, the system of government in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We are currently in the Buhari administration. How has it been? A lot is going on in the country. So where did we get it wrong presently? Because according to the news and the social media space, it seems like we just we hear different things every day, and it's been so terrible. News, kidnappings, banditry, and so much more. So where did we get it wrong? To the point where an average Nigerian cannot even travel to his hometown.
Nigeria as a country has two problems. Perhaps one. When I put the two in perspective, you see that we rolled into one. We have a leadership problem. We equally have a structural problem. In other words, we got it wrong through the kind of leadership we have and through the kind of structure that Nigeria operates. Let me explain. Nigeria is supposed to be a federal system. That is the name of that's the reason the name of the country is FGN, Federal Republic of Nigeria. But we're not running a federal system. We're running a unitary system of government. The groundnut of the country is the 1999 Constitution. Go get hold of it and go through. You will see that about 68 clauses in that Constitution is reserved for the federal government to legislate upon. Only about 16 are reserved for states, even on concurrent basis. When you say concurrent, what that means is that the federal government can also legislate. Do you understand that? It doesn't stop there. The same constitution says that where the legislation of the state runs counter or is in conflict with the legislation by the National Assembly, that the one made by the state is null and void to the extent of its inconsistency with federal law. What that means is that apart from the federal government controlling 70% of the items in the 1999 Constitution, even the 30% where the states can come in, the federal government can also override. If that is not a unitary system, what else is? That's a problem. This is a federal environment. You cannot run a unitary system here and succeed. I'll give you reasons. You see, insecurity in Nigeria is coming from one simple fact, that the Nigeria police is inadequate. We have about 400,000 police officers and men. Out of these 400,000 police officers and men, about 150,000 police officers and men are guarding politicians, government buildings, banks. Do you understand what I'm saying? Carrying the bags of wives of politicians. Right? What this means is that just about 300,000 of Nigerian police men are available for the real police duty.
So,
and how many? Wait a minute. How many are we? 200 million plus. Where? How do you expect 300,000 ill-equipped, ill-motivated, ill-trained, ill-paid?
but we
right?
have other areas of security units. We have Nigerian.
No. See, until you get the police right, even the army can't work well. The modern police, the modern security architecture is the police. Even the army came out of the police. All these other security arms you see, civil defense, immigration, all of them, even the road safety, all came out of the Nigeria police. Road safety, road safety was a unit in the police force. Do you understand that? I know when the retired police commissioner Lawrence Alobi was coordinating, he was part of his job when he was in charge of federal operations. So you can see that everything about security begins with the police. In other words, if the police is the foundation of security in any nation, unless you get the police right, there is nothing that can work. Do you know why you have up to 30, you have Nigerian police, Nigerian Army, the military operating in about 30 states in Nigeria? The army has no business with internal operations, but they're the ones doing. In fact, you see them at checkpoints. Why? Because the police can't cope anymore. Why is it so? Because you are using a unitary approach to policing. They are fighting the creation of the state police, which is inevitable. In all, I'm not saying in some, in all federations of the world, all the countries that run federal system of government, there are about 25 in the whole world. None of them is running a centralized police system. I challenge the IGO police that is saying that Nigeria is not ripe for state police to show me just one, I didn't say two, one federation anywhere in the world that is running a centralized police system. It can't work.